Okay, welcome to Friday. We've made it through our first whole full week. It's nice to have seen everybody back this week and settling back into school. And I just want to thank you for kind of settling back in and sorting yourselves out. You know, it's been quite difficult. You had that stagger start last week. And I have to say, you've done really, really well. All those people that have done the testing and that you've come down, it's been remarkable, you know, and it's been noticed by people outside of Rawlett as well, just how good you have been on that. And hopefully now you've all got your home test kits that you can do twice a week. And we'll be handing out some more in the next couple of weeks for you as well to continue to do over Easter. What we're going to do is I'm going to hand over in a minute to Mr. Kingston, who will go through our assembly this morning with all our great things that we can see. And I'm sure you're going to have a surprise when he talks in a minute with what you can see. And I'm really trying not to laugh at this point. And hopefully you'll see what I mean at the moment. So can we just keep on this week, next week, making sure that we're following our health and safety guidelines, we're wearing our mask wherever we should be. And just really kind of celebrate us as Rawlett, which is why I am now going to hand over to Mr. Kingston.
Thank you, Mrs. Mayor, and happy Red Nose Day to everybody at Rawlett. Yes, it's Comic Relief Day, and there's that celebration of funniness, all in aid of good charitable causes taking place over on BBC One tonight. And on the big TV here in the grotto in the space, there's lots of groups out there trying to do their bit to raise the nation's spirits, all in the aid of having a bit of fun and looking forwards to life beyond coronavirus. Now, this particular red nose that I've got on today is a really rather special red nose. It is an original red nose. It's not one that is one of those rubber things that you get from Sainsbury's. No, this was original £1 red nose from about 1986. I had to really. It's what? Sorry?
Showing your age.
I know. I can remember that very first red nose day. So this is it. This is a historic red nose. It's probably an antique now. I'm going to very carefully take it off because it is quite delicate. Okay, right, on to this week's information and news and bits and pieces that staff have sent in. As ever, we've had another remarkable week here at Rawlett, and it's the first full week of everybody back in school since Christmas. So well done. Now here's a staff challenge. So all those form tutors that are out there watching with their forms, there is a Bombay Bad Boy hot noodle up for grabs for the first member of staff, so it's not just form tutors, it's all staff, to email me and tell me what that flag is, and I'll announce the winner at the end of this assembly. So a brand new, in date, because Mr. Pitt says I buy short date stuff, in date, fully in date, Bombay Bad Boy for you there. Okay, in a minute we're going to meet and say hello to a new member of staff, Mr. Wilson, who some of you have already met and have seen online. He was in our assembly the other week, but he's going to come on and say hello to everybody. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Miss Prince's remarkable poetry competition. Now, this has been put into your form Google Classrooms, and it is not long now to go until the hand-in deadline. So there are two categories for you for this poetry competition. There's an original poem written around the theme of My 2020, and that's an individual one. There's a performance piece, so you can learn and recite a well-known poem on the theme of freedom, and there can be 5 of you maximum in the group. Now, the video or the written poem needs to be in by Monday at 4 p.m. and the performance one again, Monday at 4 p.m. Now, there's a whole host of prizes available, and there's competitions and Amazon vouchers and all that sort of stuff. And this is all leading up to our remarkable Lives Festival. So I can feel the emails coming in. There must be a competition for this Bombay Bad Boy hot noodle. So if you have got an entry or want to enter, then go and have a look in your form classrooms or drop Miss Prince an email. But don't forget, you've got until Monday at 4 p.m. to send in your entries. Mr. Wilson, are you there, Mr. Wilson?
I am here, yes. Hi, Mr.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. Right, okay, so I'm going to hand over to you, Mr. Wilson, to introduce yourself.
Well, firstly, thank you, Mr. Kingston, for the start of this assembly. It's been brilliant so far. Can I just say to everyone in the Rawlett family a massive hello, a massive thank you to all the people I've met so far, both staff and pupils, for making me feel so welcome. I'm Mr. Wilson. Quite a few of you have met me now. It's been really nice in the last couple of weeks actually meeting my classes properly as well, which has been lovely to see. I'm a maths teacher, firstly, so if you have maths with me, hello. But also I'm assistant vice principal, and I'll be working with maths and science and a bit on whole school data and assessment. So again, a massive thank you to everyone I've met so far. It's been a lovely, lovely introduction to the Rawlett family, and I look forward to seeing you all around soon. So hi everyone, and see you soon.
No aeroplanes today, sir, then?
I know, yeah, it was a bit embarrassing. My first stint on assembly was a very poor aeroplane throw, so I'm quite relieved just to be in the office today.
That's good. Welcome to the team, sir.
And of course, Mr. Wilson, you're in the new build, aren't you? That's where you're based.
I am in the new build. Actually, if you can hear any echo from behind me, it's because I can already hear this assembly being played quite loudly in the new build classroom. So I am in the new build, yes.
Has it got that new build smell, a new carpety smell up there?
It has. It's very, very nice. I have seen a few pupils from other years try and sneak up here, actually. I'm reminded that we should not be doing that. So absolutely, it is the year 9 space. So it's very lovely, and we do look forward to everyone being able to come here at some point soon.
Yeah, let's hope that's very soon.
Absolutely. I think what we'll try and do, Mr. Wilson, is we'll try and, if we record you doing a little guided tour, perhaps, so that the other students can see what it's like and you can do a tour around.
Absolutely, yeah, not a problem at all. We'll try and do that for a couple of weeks' time in assembly.
Brilliant, brilliant. Right, we've got some student shout-outs for you this week. We have, I'm just going to look on the spreadsheet for you. We have, what have we got here? Elliot Nutter in Year 7 would like to give a shout out to Jack Partlow for being the best person to play video games with. We've also got Imi, is it? Again in Year 7, and we'd like to give a shout out to Chloe, Hannah and Molly for always being amazing. Olivia Rose Cotton in Year 8 would like to give a shout out to her sister, Elizabeth, and for being the best big sister ever, and for helping.
How nice is that?
How often do you see sisters getting on like that? Isn't it lovely?
I wish my kids were like that.
What have we got? Finley Roberts in Year 11, I think Finley is. No, Year 10 in Mr. Hardy's form. Would like to give a shout out to all his teachers for helping get him settled back into school again. Well done, Finn. Jess in Year 7, Jess Wilds, would like to give a shout out and again to all her teachers for making it easy and enjoyable transition back into school. And I'll come back to some more in a little more. But if tutors, whilst you're watching this assembly, if you want to give a shout out, a whole form shout out to say another form or to somebody in your form or a birthday shout out, drop me an email. And we do have a winner of the Bombay Bad Boy Pot Noodle, which I will announce at the end of the assembly. So,
tension there.
Would you believe, Mrs. Mayor, we've had 28, or I've had 28 emails from different members of staff trying to win this Bombay Bad Boy. Somebody's going to have.
Who knew it was so popular?
Right, okay, so let's now go back to, where am I? I'm trying to work out what buttons to press there. I'm just going to share the tab and we will go on to this. D&T Superstars this week. This, Mrs. Mayor, is my favourite part of the assembly because
we know.
Yeah, the food. Absolutely. So this is from Mr. Bingham, Mrs. Burns and Mrs. Bounds. There you go, Harry Chipman. Oh, Harry. Look at the two different types of pasta you've created, Harry. Superb there. Michael Look at that icing. I think that's icing, isn't it, on top
I
of
was
that?
going to say, yeah, I'm trying to work out that middle. That's a lovely one.
Yeah, I bet that tastes absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Mia, good grief, Mia. What is that? It looks superb. And it's got Oreo cookies on as well.
That's a very tall cake. My cakes never come that tall.
Next up, we've got some more savoury dishes. This time we can see Madison's pasta dishes, Chloe's. Look at that with the jalapeno, or is it jalapeno? I never know how to pronounce it. Chilies on top from Chloe. And Beth, I'm going to take, I'm salivating already.
I like that one.
That there, Beth, is that like what's that apple-y dish, that German dish, strudel? Is that an apple strudel, Beth? Drop me an email and let me know. It looks fantastic. More baking there. Look at that one, Jessica. Wow, Jessica.
Look at the decoration. Look, that's amazing.
It's incredible. Jess Thacker as well, fantastic. Look, and she's put, I think, I don't know whether they're half Oreo cookies or segments of a Terry's chocolate orange. Either way, brilliant. Emilia in year 11, homemade gnocchi. Have I said that?
Oh, wow. Gnocchi.
Fantastic work. Well done. Now, the innovation team, that's Mr. Bingham and Mrs. Burns and Mrs. Bounds, of course, are running to tie in with the Remarkable Lives Festival in July, their innovation competition. And here are some of the examples from Tabitha, Mari, Daniel and Amelia. So don't forget to look out for the information on the Remarkable Lives Technology competition and get those entries in. But on top of that, the D&T department have set us an Easter challenge. Of course, we've got, 2 weeks to go until Easter itself, so we've not got long to think about these. What they want you to do, hop to it and bake up an Easter treat. Send in your pictures of your Easter creations to Mr. Bingham, Mrs. Burns and Mrs. Bounds, and their email addresses are there. And of course, if you need any help tasting, just give me a shout and I will help you out, have a little taste of those. I'll cross bubbles gladly to help you out with that task. Okay, need to talk seriously about this. This, of course, is the Rawlett badge, and it's been our badge for 40 odd years now. And when you come to Rawlett, you join a really unique team, a team of thousands of people who have walked through those gates from the Cumberford Road and have proudly worn that badge. Now, the uniforms changed a little over time. It was a brown uniform to begin with. Then we went to a blue polo shirt, a white polo shirt and a blue sweatshirt. And now we've gone to the blue blazer and grey trouser or skirt look. Now, that means that when you're out and about, you are pretty easily recognisable on your way to and from school. And it's also important to remember that that badge is very special to literally thousands of people now spread across the world, because ex-Rawlett students generally are really proud of the reputation of our school, and they live all over the place. I'm in touch with ex-pupils who now live in America, Australia, wherever, and they talk proudly of our school. So when you're making your way to and from school, just remember that our neighbours are watching. The residents are watching. They're saying, oh, they go to Rawlett, look how smart they look. But sometimes some of our students do let the side down a little bit, and it's really bad to be talking a bit negative, but I've got to say this. We've had reports this week of some of you getting involved in disputes and scuffles, and some of you even being a bit of a vandal towards some of our neighbours' properties. So what we're saying is don't. Be respectful of everybody and respect yourselves as well. Did you want to add anything, Mrs. Mayer?
Yeah, I think it's just, we're a community, aren't we? And we need to respect the community that are outside school as well. And just remember, we're here and we're a school. On the whole, we respect each other and we do really well and everything else like that. We've just got to continue to do that outside of school, particularly in our current climate. You know, some people are worried about the fact that we're all going out at the same time and we're in groups and things like that. So we've just got to make sure that, you know, where we can, we're not in large groups and we're socially distanced and we're wearing our masks so that actually the general public can feel safe as well. On the whole, sir, you know, we've got 1,000 odd students and 99% of the students are absolutely brilliant and fab. When I'm out on bus duty, they come out, they're all sensible and stuff like that. And we just got to need to support with the one or two people who perhaps doing things, making wrong choices. Let's get those choices right. Exactly.
Yes. Well said, Mrs. Mayor. And in line with that, don't forget, uniform is important. We've already just spoken about that, but these signs are all up around the school now. I put them in the hand sanitizer stations over here in the space. So please have a look at them and make sure that your uniform is spot on, because that means you're part of Team Rawlett. Being part of Team Rawlett means that you are part of a very, very unique group of people, and a very special group of people as well. So wear your uniform with pride. Right, time is getting on. Now next week I'm going to take assemblies and we're going to be talking about lots of different things. In particular, the Remarkable Lives competitions that we've got coming up. We're entering all of these, and we've spoken today about the innovation and the poetry one, but we've got lots of other competitions coming up, and I'll mention those next week. But of course, we've got these very, very special competitions about diversity, equality, inclusion, and equity. We've got the other competition about sustainability, and the final one about health and well-being. I'll talk about those next week and send out some information to you. Votes for Schools next week is all about the days of cash number. That's not money. That's about the physical cash. Now, I can't remember the last time I actually had cash in my hand.
Not me.
I use this an awful lot.
Yep.
Ding and pay for stuff. So, you know, it's an interesting Votes for Schools next week. So do take part and do vote as well as Remarkable Lives competitions next week. I'm going to be talking about the relaunch of the house system, which is coming after Easter. And I'll talk a little bit about the history of our 4 houses, Peel, Weymouth, Townsend and Wolferston. And question of the week. I want you to email me for inclusion in next week's assembly what you've discovered about yourself during this pandemic. Do you know, Mrs. Mayor, it was exactly 1 year ago today that we closed schools.
Oh my gosh, was it that long ago?
It was 1 year ago today that schools closed, and it was next week that the Prime Minister put us into a national lockdown that lasted until the summer. So it's a really poignant thing. So think about what you've discovered about yourself. Have you discovered that you're a lot kinder than you were? Have you discovered that you like to spend some time on your own, or you miss the company of other people? Either way, email me. What have you discovered about yourself during the pandemic? Now, the winner of the flag, not the winner of the flag, the winner of
drum roll.
Do the drum roll, Mrs. Mayor. Was that it?
Well, I can't do it too long, sir. We haven't got that much time, and you know they want to know who won.
The winner of the pot noodle is Mr. McIntyre.
Yeah, woo!
So, Mr. McIntyre, this, if you're over in the space today, come and pick it up. If not, I'll put it in your pigeonhole. This is your fine dining for today. With that, Mrs. Mayor, it's over to you.
Okay, very quickly, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much, Mr. Kingston, for a lovely assembly again. Thanks to all of the staff and everything for, you know, the last 2 weeks. And everybody stay safe this weekend and have a nice, relaxing one.